welcome to the glorious Beast Hub.
Yes.
We have another episode again. If you guys have been following us for a long time now, we are big fans of explaining how animals were used to kill people back in the day. We have another episode with a couple of different stories and some stuff that I think you guys might like, especially you, Jacob, because you're a big fan of some of these animals and you know a lot about things like horses, pigs.
Oh yeah. No, anything with like farm animals and stuff like that. I mean, I grew up in the mountains and all that, so I'm used to that sort of that culture. I've been kicked by horses and bit by cows and peed on by goats, so I get a lot of that basic stuff. So, yeah, let's get to it, Joe. I'm excited.
Let's talk about horses.
All right, cool. Right to it.
Yes, let's talk about horses. Do not let this animal make you feel like this video is not worth watching, because horses are colossal dicks. If you didn't know that in nature, horses, they may seem like nice animals and everything, but no, they're pretty savage in real life. And
oh yeah, man. I grew up with over 10 horses and miniature horses too, like ponies and stuff. And my neighbors had big like work horses, like the ones that weigh like over 1,000 pounds. Monsters. Horses are true beasts. Honestly, it's rough to get attacked by a horse. They are probably more scary than like a lot of other creatures.
Yeah, horses can do some pretty serious shit.
Oh, they can kill you.
Which is easy.
Yeah, easy.
There's two methods we're going to talk about. One which requires human intervention. Now, a lot of you guys who are history geeks are going to be acquainted with the drawn and quartered execution, which is you get cut up into several different pieces, but some people like to leverage the horsepower, if you will, to inflict damage on humans. So imagine this. Somebody who's a criminal getting tied from all their limbs, so like one on my wrist, one on the other wrist, and ankle and the other ankle, and 4 horses are being ridden by someone, so 4 horses around this person, and then simultaneously they all start running in different directions or yanking in different directions.
Yes.
So this method of execution was pretty popular around the medieval times.
Yeah, you've probably seen it in movies. A bunch of different movies show this. It's something that probably happened way more than it should, considering it's got to be one of the worst ways to go out. Could you literally imagine just be like this, your legs are out, and you're just pulled by this animal that's capable of pulling thousands of pounds. Like if it's a full-on big horse, that horse already weighs 1,000 pounds, and they're strong. Yeah. So each one is pretty much thousands of pounds of force pulling at your body. And limbs did get ripped off, guys. It was horrible. And just be happy we don't have to do that too much.
Yeah,
that doesn't happen.
There are stages to this, actually.
Oh, okay.
It's not just, I lost my arm. No. First, there's levels of pain you have to endure for you
we
to...
gotta torture them a little bit.
Yeah. No, it's horrible. Because if you think about it, what do you have to do in order to rip off an arm? You have to detach the socket first, and then your arm is still attached by flesh, ligaments, skin. Okay, so in order for your arm to be detached from your torso, you have to rip that flesh. Mind you, that flesh is still attached to you. You can still feel this shit, right? So, and not only that, that's happening in all 4 of your body parts. So let's say that your right arm got yanked off, and then next is your left leg. Like, it's the worst.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you're hearing it too while this is happening. At least how it's portrayed, and I assume they did this in real world, was probably even worse. With our arms, it's literally just like you just cut at it a little bit, and then they just kind of rip off. So it's not like a lot of people think that bones are connected, and then like you have to break them to like separate our arms are actually attached to our bodies. But in reality, the bones are just kind of rolling like this. So all you need to do is just once you get that pop, this comes easy. After that pop, then the skin just needs to rip. And ripping is different than cutting. When you're hunting and cleaning a kill, you cut it and it comes down nicely. But when it's ripped,
when it's ripped, it's a different story. It's really bad. Like sometimes I catch my finger on a doorknob or something, and that hurts, and that's just your freaking finger, right? So. But let's talk about another method of using horses for execution. This one's actually brought to us by the Mongols. So Basically a group of people that they were notorious for using their horses and riding their horses into battle and using bows and arrows to kill millions of people. Okay, so they, naturally, if you're using horses for literally anything, you're going to use them to execute people also.
Yeah.
So there's many stories of khans, which is what they called their rulers. They would grab people and criminals or traitors especially, and they would put them under this like rug on the floor, and then they would just grab a bunch of horses and then tell them, hey, run in this direction, and then all these horses will trample over the victim, and whenever they take the rug off, I mean,
mush.
There's nothing, just mush.
Yeah. Okay.
So
that's less. I mean, equally as terrifying. Less kind of like demonic as being quartered and whatnot. But but like still, like, I mean, that would be horrible. At least you don't like get to see the person getting destroyed, right? But I mean, just imagine like a stampede. I mean, you're gonna feel it until one hits you in the head and you get knocked out. But it'll hurt. It'll hurt pretty bad. I've never been stepped on by, well, not on like the body part, but I've got stepped on, like a horse has stepped on my foot, like a miniature horse too. Like these horses only weigh like 500 pounds, and it hurt like hell. So just imagine one running that weighs like almost 1,000 pounds. I mean, every single time they hit,
a lot of them.
Yeah, every single time is just breaking you, and you're just gonna eventually die. I mean, you'd go quick, but violent.
It's a lot less gruesome, I would say, than the forelimbs getting ripped apart. A lot more merciful if one of those horses steps on your head.
Yeah, because you're just knocked out instantly. Yeah. In reality, the results of that would probably be something like a really gnarly car wreck. Your body's just beaten, broken, battered, busted, and you die.
Yeah.
But at least you're not, hearing your flesh tear.
Yeah, no, that's a lot better. But those are the two methods to be executed by horses. In fact, let me go back a little bit and say that it is rumored, that the method of pulling people apart by horses actually dated as far back as the 7th century, which is like way before the medieval times, by the way, by the Assyrians, which were one of the first civilizations that actually domesticated horses for war. So a very long time ago. And it's funny because, like, as soon as humans manage to domesticate something, haven't you noticed the weird paradigm here that, like, hey, we finally are able to control this animal, let's make it kill people.
Yeah, that's such a human thing, right, man? Hey, we finally tamed this freaking wicked animal. How are we gonna have it kill people?
Yeah, like as soon as we figured out how to use fire, hey, let's burn people.
This is why the aliens don't visit us, guys. As soon as they give us their technology, we're just gonna kill them.